Hello everyone, this is Jayesh Wagh and you're watching the CSAT series for UPSC Civil Service Exam Prelims. And in this second lecture of the series, we are going to talk about basic mathematics. We are going to discuss the fundamental concepts of number system. Okay, so let us start from the very basic concepts of mathematics, that is numbers. We have all learned about numbers since our school days, and there's a little need to brush up those concepts going forward. So इसीलिए हम देखेंगे कि ये फर्स्ट जो लेक्चर है हमारा एक काफ़ी बेसिक लेक्चर होगा. विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द वेरी बेसिक concepts of mathematics. Okay, so the first type of numbers that we learn when we are in school are the natural numbers. Natural numbers are those numbers which we use to count natural things. Whatever things exist in the nature, उनको count करने के लिए हम ये natural numbers को use करते हैं. So these are the numbers that start from 1 and usually go forward 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. So you add just one extra digit to these numbers, that is 0, you get whole numbers, right? And to these whole numbers going forward, you add the negative integers, that is from minus infinity to all the negative integers up to minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, and minus 1. You get the integers, right? And to these integers, if you add all the other type of fractions other than the integers are also a kind of fractions, right? We always say that integers can also be written, for example, an integer 3 can also be written as 3 by 1. So any number which can be written in the form p by q becomes a rational number, right? So all the integers are also rational numbers, but other than integers, whatever numbers can be written in the form p by q, where q is not equal to 0, where q is not equal to 0, they are all called as rational numbers, right? And then we have real numbers. So real numbers, they'll include all the rational numbers, but other than that, rational numbers, it will also include the irrational numbers. And irrational numbers are basically those numbers which you cannot write in this form. P by Q के form में हम नहीं लिख सकते, उन numbers को हम irrational numbers कहते हैं. Now that could include all the decimal numbers 0.5, 0.073, 0.333, or any number if you divide by 7. All those decimal numbers will be included in the irrational numbers, as well as we have some special numbers like root of 2 or root of 3. Then we have root of 5, basically root of mostly all the prime numbers, as well as numbers like the pi not the in this form. Okay, this is an approximation of pi. ये pi का approximation है. The real value of pi is 3.14 and so on and so forth, जो भी आगे digits आते हैं उसके. that is that is why pi is called an irrational number. Okay, 22 by 7 is a approximation of what we call pi. Okay, so let us look at these numbers in the form of sets. So the smallest set that we have of numbers is the natural numbers. If you add just 0 to these natural numbers, the set becomes whole numbers. Okay, so whole numbers are also all the natural numbers plus an extra digit, that is 0. To the whole numbers, if you add the entire series of integers, negative integers, we get the series of all the integers, right? And to these integers, which include the negative integers, the 0, as well as the positive integers, if you add all the numbers which can be written in the form p by q, all the numbers which can be written in the form p by q, they are all called as rational numbers. Okay, so these will include basically all the fractions that are not, that cannot be converted into integers. That will include all the rational numbers. Of of course remember this part, that q can never be zero. q अगर zero हो गया तो फिर it no longer remains a rational number. Okay, ठीक. And then to these rational numbers, if you add irrational numbers, irrational numbers को add करते हैं अगर हम, उसमें ये decimal numbers भी आएंगे, उसमें साथ ही साथ रूट, प्राइम नंबर्स के रूट्स भी आएंगे, 2 का रूट, 5 का रूट, even the value of pi, they're all part of the irrational numbers. Hence we get the real numbers include what? It includes rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. Okay. Okay. And let us look at some more type of numbers. So we have even numbers and odd numbers. Basically, the total number series, the total integers that we have. यहाँ पर सिर्फ integers की बात करेंगे. Okay, we'll only talk about integers. So we divide the total number of integers into two types of numbers. We have even numbers and we have odd numbers. Okay. So numbers which we can easily divide by 2, we can completely divide by 2, are called as even numbers. So this includes all the numbers which will have in its units place either 0 or 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. Okay, all the numbers which have 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in their units place are called as even numbers. Okay, so this will include half of the entire integer series, right? So here's also a important formula, that if you want to find out the sum of first n even numbers, okay, the formula is n into n plus 1. Okay, so if you are told to find the summation of, so you will write them in this form: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, let us find the sum of first 5 even numbers. So that would be how much then? So we want to find out the sum of first 5 even numbers. So it will be 5 into 5 plus 1. So it is how much? 30, right? अब इनको ऐड करके देखिए एक बार कितना होता है ये. 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 8 20, 20 plus 10 you get 30. So that's the sum of first 5 even numbers. Okay, the other part of the integer series are the odd numbers. Now odd numbers are all the numbers which will either end in 3, 1, 5, 7 or 9. Okay, if the numbers end with either 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 in their units place, we are going to get odd numbers. We are going to call them odd numbers. Okay, and the summation of first n odd numbers is n square. Okay, so what are the first 5 odd numbers? We have 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. So what would be the sum of first 5 odd numbers? The answer is n square, that is 5 square. It would be 25. चेक करना है तो इनको ऐड करके देखिए. 1 plus 3 4, 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 7 16, and 16 plus 9 you get 25. Okay, so next we have prime numbers then. So prime numbers are those numbers which are only divisible by either 1. These are the numbers which are only divisible either by 1 or themselves. Okay, either by 1 or themselves, and there are no other numbers which can completely divide these numbers, right? So these are the numbers which are called as prime numbers. And if you look at the prime numbers, there are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So these are the numbers. For example, if we take 11, 11 can be divisible only by 1 or 11. There are no other factors, right? There is no other factor here. So some special features about the prime numbers. See, 2 is the only prime number which is even. Other than 2, if you look at all the other prime numbers, you will find that there is not a single even prime number. 2 is the only prime number which is a which is also an even number. Okay. Okay. Every prime number which is greater than 3, it can be written in the form 6k plus 1 or 6k minus 1. Okay, where k is an integer, okay. And these points are important, especially from the banking exam point of view. Okay, ये civil service exam में उतना काम में भी नहीं आएंगे, but from banking exams point of view this may be important. Okay, so there are 15 prime numbers between 1 and 50. If you count the entire prime numbers between 1 and 50, there are 15 such prime numbers. Between 10, between 50 and 100, there are 10 prime numbers. Okay. Okay. Then let us look at co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers are those numbers that when you compare those two numbers, we are going to take, or there is always going to a pair of numbers. Okay, there is always going to be a pair of numbers, and when you look at these two numbers, whatever these numbers are, अगर हम example ले लेते हैं इसमें, let us take this example itself. Okay, ये जो example यहाँ पर दिया हुआ 15 है and 8 है. Neither 15 nor 8, when we look at them individually, neither 15 nor 8, they are prime numbers. Okay, 15 is a composite number. It has a lot of factors. There is 1, 3, 5 and 15, and then there is 8, which also has a lot of factors. There is 1, there is 2, there is 4, there is 8. So none of them are prime numbers. But when you look at them together, जब हम compare करते हैं, when we compare 15 and 8, we'll see that neither of them have factors common other than 1. Of course they have 1 in common, but other than 1, there is no other factor which is common between them. Okay, such numbers are called as co-prime numbers. Okay, इनको co-prime numbers कहते हैं. Hence 15 and 8, when we compare these two numbers, they are co-prime numbers. Similarly, numbers like 27 and 25 would be co-prime numbers. Okay, why? Because 27, it is divisible by 1, 3 and 9. Okay, so 27, it is divisible by 1, 3 and 9. 25, it is divisible by 1, 5 and 25. Also 27 you can write here. So neither of them have any other factors other than 1 common between them. Hence they are co-prime numbers. Okay. Then we have twin prime numbers, something called twin prime numbers. These can be useful, co-prime numbers as well as twin prime numbers. Why we need to know them is generally ये series वगैरह में use हो सकते हैं. Okay, they can be useful in series type of questions. So twin prime numbers are those numbers which have a difference of 2 between them. Okay, so when we look at 3 and 5, there is a difference between 2, difference of 2 between them, and they both are prime numbers. Okay, similarly 5 and 7, 11 and 13. So इस तरह से आप आगे जाओगे and you find that there is a difference of 2 between any two consecutive prime numbers. So those are called as twin primes. Okay, and of course when we take out all the prime numbers from the integer series, from the natural numbers, you get is what we call composite numbers. Okay, so composite numbers are those numbers which also have factors other than 1 and itself. Okay, any number which has factors more than 1 and itself are called as composite numbers. So there are a lot of composite numbers, 4, 6 and 9, 15. All of them are composite numbers. Okay, so one special thing that you should remember here is about 1. 1, it is neither called a prime number nor a composite number. Okay, you cannot call 1 either prime or composite. Why? Because prime numbers का definition क्या है? What is the definition of prime numbers? They need to have two factors, 1 and itself. Composite numbers, it has more than two factors. Okay, 1 and itself, as well as there may be some other factors. But 1 is a special number which has only one factor. Okay, there is only one factor for it. There is no other factor. Hence, one is neither called as prime nor as composite. Okay, always remember this. Then we also have something called as perfect numbers. Okay, now perfect number is a number that if you add all its factors, if you add all its factors excluding itself, that addition, that summation would be equal to that number itself. Okay, a very simple example, a smallest example of this is 6. Okay, 6, the factors of 6 are what? There is 1, 2 and 3. Of course 6 is also a factor, but we are not going to include the number itself. Okay, we are going to exclude the number. So when you add 1 plus 2 plus 3, you're going to get 6. Okay, you're going to get 6. So there are also many other perfect numbers. You can check for 496 what are the factors, and for 8128 what are the factors, and then try to add those factors and find out if you can get the summation as the number itself. Okay. Okay, these are some of the formulas that we are going to use in the future. Okay, CSAT में ये कुछ formulas काफी ज़्यादा use होते हैं. So we have already seen the sum of all even numbers from the first even number. Okay, as well as we have seen sum of all the odd numbers from the first odd number. Okay, so now let us see what is the formula for the first n natural numbers. If we start an addition from 1 and we go on adding, let us say, the natural numbers up to n. So in that case, the sum is what? It is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. If you want to find out the square of all these natural numbers starting from 1, this is the most important part. Okay, the series is always going to start from 1. Only then and then you can use these formulas. All of them, they are starting from 1 itself, the first natural number itself. Hence we are talking about the sum of first n natural numbers, or the sum of first n natural numbers squares or cubes. Okay, so if you want to find out the summation of squares, it is what? N into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6. And the summation of cubes of first n natural numbers, so it is n square, n plus 1 square by 4. Or a simpler way to remember it is कि जो summation of first n natural numbers का formula है, that is n into n plus 1 by 2, उसका अगर आप square करते हो, you get the summation for the sum of the cube of first n natural numbers. Okay. Okay. Then this is also something we have learned in our early ages. Okay, in our early days in school. So a simple form where you divide one number by another number. So the process of division works is you take a number and we call it as the dividend, and when you divide this dividend by another number, we call that another number as divisor. Okay, so 29 is being divided by, 29 is the dividend and it is divided by the divisor, that is 6 in this case. So the number of times the dividend is being divided by the divisor, it is called as, the quotient. Okay, this here is the quotient. And the remainder that you get when you multiply a divisor with the quotient, you're going to get some number. Okay, if that number is not equal to the dividend, then in that case you are going to get a remainder. If this number, that is the multiplication of the quotient and the divisor, it is equal to the dividend, in that case you are going to get 0, 0 as the remainder. Okay, in that case we say that the divisor completely divides, or on the other hand side we can say the dividend is absolutely divided by the divisor. Okay, this should be divisor here. ठीक है. So this is how we represent the division in arithmetic form. The dividend is equal to the divisor into quotient plus remainder. Again, something we have already learned in school days. Okay, so 29, it's equal to 6 into 4. 6 into 4 gives us 24 plus 5 gives us 29. Okay, this is how we used to divide in school. So these are few of the principles or concepts of basic mathematics we have learned. We'll look at some more concepts about the fundamentals of number systems in the next video, and after that we'll also look at few more examples on this topic. Okay, how exactly questions are asked in the exams, either in CSAT exams or even in other competitive exams. We'll look at some of the examples, how we are going to apply these concepts that we have learned here. Okay, so stay tuned, and we'll continue the discussion in the next video. Thank you.